So, what's the secret sauce? What makes a book go from just a good read to an absolute internet phenomenon? Is it the story, the characters, or something else? Well, today, we are going to deconstruct one of the biggest viral hits out there. All right, let's just jump right in. We're talking about The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. Come on, you've seen this book cover everywhere on social media, right? And that tagline, just listen to it. From behind closed doors, she sees everything. Oof, that right there just screams secrets, and believe me, this book delivers on that promise. And if you want to get a sense of just how massive this book became, just look at this number. We're talking nearly 600,000 ratings on Goodreads. And that's just Goodreads. That is an insane amount of reader engagement. It's pretty clear this book really, really struck a chord. But okay, big numbers are one thing, right? The real hook, the thing you hear people whispering about in every review and every book talk video, is the twist. Everyone says the twist is shocking. That's its calling card. So really, what is all the hype about? So let's get into it. How did this psychological thriller become a global sensation? We're going to break down exactly how it happened. Yeah, this book wasn't just, popular. It was an absolute juggernaut. It completely dominated the bestseller lists. We're talking the New York Times, the Sunday Times, the top of the Amazon charts, and of course the big one. It became a certified book talk sensation. And you know what that means? That's the launch pad that can turn a book into a worldwide obsession seemingly overnight. But its success isn't just about the hype or the sales numbers. It's really about the story itself. So let's step inside the Winchester house, shall we? The whole thing kicks off with what seems like the perfect job for our main character, Millie. Or maybe the perfect trap. See, Millie is in a tough spot. She's an ex-con, literally living out of her car, and she is desperate for a fresh start. And then along come the Winchesters. They're this wealthy, picture-perfect family, and they seem to be offering her everything she needs. A good job, a gorgeous home, basically a chance to start over. For her, it's a total dream come true. But you know how these stories go. That dream job pretty quickly turns into a nightmare. That beautiful home? Yeah, her room is a tiny, locked attic space. The perfect family? The wife, Nina, starts playing these really strange, cruel mind games with her. And the handsome husband, Andrew, he's just broken. You can feel how unhappy he is. So right away, the whole vibe just gets super tense, super claustrophobic. And then comes the real kicker. She discovers that her bedroom door, it only locks from the outside. And that's the moment it all just clicks into place. For Millie, and for us reading along, she's not just an employee. She's a prisoner. She is completely and utterly trapped. Okay, so that feeling of being trapped, that's what brings us to the real engine of this whole story. We're talking about that unforgettable, jaw-dropping twist. The one that everyone talks about. The one that made this book go viral. This is where the book just masterfully plays with your head. It makes you question everything you thought you knew. It builds up this whole reality, and then, bam, it just pulls the rug right out from under you. And you're left asking yourself, wait, who is the real prisoner in this house? Who's the victim? Is anyone who they seem to be? Now, look, I am not going to spoil a thing, I promise. But what I can tell you is that the story pulls off this absolutely stunning reversal. The person you think is the helpless victim, well, let's just say they might turn out to be a very, very calculated hunter. It flips the entire dynamic completely on its head. And that right there is the key. It's this brilliant role reversal that just leaves you breathless. The victim becomes the perpetrator, the sane becomes the insane. All the power dynamics just get flipped upside down. The story goes from being a story of suspense to a story of revenge. And let's be honest, who doesn't love a good story where the tables get turned? So who is the mind behind this crazy addictive thriller? Let's pull back the curtain a little and meet the author, Frida McFadden. So get this, Frida McFadden isn't just a #1 New York Times bestselling author. She's also a practicing doctor, a physician who specializes in brain injury. I mean, just think about that for a second. It gives her psychological thrillers this whole other layer of chilling credibility, right? She knows how the brain works, which means she can craft these characters who are just so psychologically complex and, well, messed up. It's no wonder her books are translated into over 40 languages. And it gets even better. Apparently, she finds a little inspiration right at home.
She lives in this creepy old house, and I'm quoting here, where no one can hear you scream unless you scream very loudly. I mean, come on. You've got to love an author who literally lives inside their own genre.
Okay, so after all that, the big question is this book for you? Should The Housemaid be your next read? Let's break it down for all you modern thriller fans out there. All right, so who is this book really for? Well, if you love thrillers that are super fast-paced with those short, punchy chapters that just make you say, okay, one more, then yeah, this is for you. If you're a fan of book talk Rex, obviously. And theme-wise, it gets into some heavy stuff like gaslighting and domestic abuse, but it also really explores these powerful ideas of female solidarity, revenge, and justice.
Let me put it this way. If you're a fan of books like Verity or Behind Closed Doors, those kinds of domestic thrillers, then you're absolutely going to love this. It fits right into that creepy little subgenre of the perfect family has a dark secret. And in the end, that's what it all comes down to, right? The book's power really lies in that one nagging question that sticks with you. It's the hook that pulls you in and doesn't let go until the very last word. Because every family has secrets, but the question is, what are the Winchesters hiding? And well, for that answer, you're just going to have to read the book.